Welcome back. So, I wish I had good news. However, you see the old C10 up on the lift again. So, if you watched our first episode, you saw us put a torque converter in it, which was a great learning experience for us also. Truck drove well. I think he went about 350 miles, and then all of a sudden, he noticed the transmission slipping. So, he pulled over. I went and got him, and I noticed that it would go about a mile or two, and then you would feel it slipping. But if you shut the truck off and start it right back up, it would drive like a brand new transmission. You could do a burnout. So I'm thinking the filter's clogged. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the pan, change the filter, put a new gasket on. We're also going to try some of this Lucas oil transmission fix. I've heard a lot of good things about this. We're going to keep our fingers crossed that this is going to fix it, due to the fact that I've had this transmission out twice already, and I really don't want to pull it out a third time. So let's see how this goes. All right, so here's our kit. We've got an automatic transmission filter. We've got the famous Lucas transmission fix, and we got a Velcro pan gasket. Usually the filter will come with the pan gasket. However, mine was missing, so the awesome guy at O'Reilly's threw that in for free. We also got some Permatex gasket sealant. I love this stuff. This allows the gasket to sit on your valve cover, your pan gasket, whatever, and not move around while you're trying to torque everything up. So see, it still looks pretty good under here. We're gonna pull the pan off. It's only a few bolts, no big deal. And then see what we got inside. Hopefully we've got a clogged filter or a filter that has fallen off the pump pickup. We'll see what happens. You may notice I changed my shirt. I forgot I'm not allowed in the shop in a white shirt because I destroy every white shirt I bring into the shop. So now I'm sporting the vintage SoCal Speed Shop. And by vintage, I mean, been in my drawer for 20 years. I wear it very rarely. So, moving on to the project. So up here, you'll see the pan. All we got to do is take the perimeter bolts out of the pan. The way this is designed, I'll probably leave two back corner ones halfway loose, and I'll let the front of the pan drop down and try to catch as much fluid as I want, because we just filled this up. It's all fresh new fluid, and I don't want to waste fluid. So leave two bolts in loosely, drop the pan, drain as much as you can out, try to bring the pan down straight. Then we'll let you take a look at what's inside there. You should see the valve body and servos and stuff like that. All right. Okay, you don't care about the clothes you're in, right?
Nope, that's why I wanted the Cincy Speed shirt.
Okay, because this stuff ruined my Freiburger F-bomb wheelie shirt. Transmission fluid does not come out, even though it's a detergent. So what we're going to have to do is, one of us on one side holding it, one of us on the other side holding it, and take the last two screws out and try to bring it down as straight as possible. Okay. And dump it in this pan. Can you even reach it? You need me to come down lower?
I think I'm good.
Actually, so no? You don't want to put gloves on or nothing? It's up to you, totally up to you.
Is this the dirty one?
Yeah. Oh, it's not gonna move, huh? It's gonna let go at some point and not be cool at all. So let's wiggle it back and forth. Unless there's another bolt back here.
That's what I was wondering.
I can't see.
Hold on.
No?
Oh, that one's gone. That one's gone.
Okay, let me wiggle it back. Just let it drop down. Running down my arm. Splashing in my face.
Yes.
Okay, it's acting like there's another bolt back here, but I can't
I
see
know.
nothing. If there is, oh my god, it's gonna be a pain to get to. I can't see through. Oh, yes.
Well,
Well, you can see the pan is still hanging there. Looks like we found the problem. It looks like when we put the transmission mount back in, we must have spun it around because the transmission mount is over top of the pan rail. I'm trying to get the light in there. So now we have to pull the transmission mount out to get the pan off. It's pretty cool. Alright, so this is the inside of the pan. Pretty gross. Pretty gross. We'll get this gasket cleaned off, get a new one put on it. Up here you can see the filter. You can see the valve body underneath the filter, all your solenoids, kick down spring. There's your dipstick tube inside there. Solenoids. So we're gonna go ahead and pop that filter off. It should just pull straight down. May have more fluid behind it. Yep. What? You gonna put the filter on?
sure.
Oh, before you do, wipe your finger on the little bit of fluid there and wipe it around that seal. Yeah, I'm putting a dry seal in. Why is that funny? It's a family show. And it should just push straight up in there. I'm gonna have to wiggle it just a little bit. Alright. There we go. So, that's how easy it is to change the filter. Now, you gotta clean this nightmare up and get a new gasket on it. That should be fun. Alright, so you can see all this nasty sediment. Who knows how old this transmission is? It could be the original one. Could have been rebuilt right before it sat in a swamp. Who knows? But we're gonna clean this crap out.
All right, so we cleaned out the pan, got all that sediment out. And of course, we got to go buy more fluid, sorry. And then we got to put the gasket back on it as well, which is right there.
Here's where that Permatek gasket sealant comes in. Like a pro. This will allow your gasket to stick and not slide around while you fight this thing back past the most ridiculously engineered cross member I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if I've mentioned that. Riveting.
I like the color.
It's more like a raspberry. My assistant didn't open the seal yet.
Man, you should get rid of that person.
Come on. So, who wants to guess how it goes? I'm gonna say it goes like that. Since that lines up all the holes. go.
What were your two options?
Take the transmission mount out, but I really don't want to do that. Or cut that part of the pan off. That sounds like a much better idea. I'm gonna end up trimming them in the pan because I don't have a way to do this. I don't have transmission jacks, I don't have what it takes. So we're gonna cut this pan and we'll be right back.
I'm gonna edit that out. He's a very foul-mouthed person today.
What's that?
He's not being very family oriented. It's a family show.
Keep forgetting. All right.
So this is not recommended. This is we're gonna make it work
It's like a roadkill moment.
because the other way is a lot harder.
So take that back off. Never mind the other broken transmission in the background. So boom. So you zoom in here, look. You can see the raised portion that actually does the sealing when the bolts get torqued is still there. I just trimmed off a little bit of extra meat, so to speak. Let's see if oh, it's still there. See if our trim job fits here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's probably gonna work. And my tack stuff didn't work at all. That's nice. Probably because I took it off before it was dry. You would think rubber trans mount wouldn't be that big of a deal, but all right. Attempt number 2. Okay, so we're back. Whoa, what are you looking at there? Uh-huh, I'm up here. All right, so we're back. I actually got some fluid today, so we're gonna be able to go ahead and get this thing topped off, get it warmed up, check the fluid level. Remember, 700 R4, engine at operating temperature, engine running. That's when you set your fluid level. All right, so I'll put you back down where you can see what's happening. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and put the Lucas oil in first. That way it's the first thing the pump picks up. Ooh. That's like molasses. Get that through all those old seals. Wow, I did not expect that. So it really doesn't say on the bottle how much to use. It just says smaller vehicle can use half. So I'm assuming full-size vehicle, you use it all. Next, we're going to go ahead and put a bunch of ATF in it. I chose STP because it was the cheapest one there, and we don't know if this transmission is going to be any good, so it didn't make any sense to put the really expensive stuff in when we're not sure. I don't know how much it takes, but a lot came out. So I bought 2 gallons. I'll put in a gallon and check it, and we'll go from there. Actually pulled the truck outside. I'm gonna let it warm up outside so we don't die of carbon monoxide poisoning, but once the truck is up to operating temperature, I'll pull it back inside. We'll find a helper around here, and we'll get the fluid level topped off. Now is a great time to check for any leaks on the pan you just replaced. Make sure nothing's wrong. I heard no weird noises. Truck went into reverse and went out like normal, so we'll see how it goes. All right, so we just got done with the test drive. Everything was good, so truck's shifting good. Hopefully we dodged a bullet and it was just a clogged filter, but you also got to see how to change the filter and fluid in your turbo. Which one is that? That's the 700R4 in that truck. So you got any questions or comments about it, throw them down there in the bottom. Be sure to subscribe. See more cool projects like this around the house. We'll see you guys later. So look what I found us. I found us a little helper here hanging out on the toolbox. Don't worry, he won't eat much. What are you doing, little guy? Oh, and we escaped. Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? No, those tools aren't even opened. Where are you going? No, he's out of here.